We definitely are, our sympathies with, the players. We know players' health is the number one thing, and, coaches as well, everyone that's involved in the organization, that's the priority here. But at the same time, all the planning put together around, to contain some of this that may happen is something that we definitely got to trust. And, we're optimistic that, moving forward, it should help to keep guys, healthy, which is the priority.
Does your concern just on a personal level about whether it's your own safety, your team safety, does it come into question at all? Do you change your thinking at all? Are you any more concerned when something like this takes place, or has this been something that has almost been anticipated in your mind that things like this would pop up, and thus you've accepted, the inevitable in some regards?
Yeah, knowing that all the things that are happening day to day, coming into camp, we said, I said it, that we're going to keep learning every day. We're going to keep educating ourselves every day, just because of everything that's going on, and a lot of things are uncertain out there. So this is part of that reality. And once again, I'm going to go back to those protocols. I think those protocols were made because we knew something like this might happen, and the best we can do is just keep following that, and being consistent with what we've done here, and at the same time, just maintain our focus to our game. In our case, today we're getting prepared here to play the Red Sox. I mean, we know of the news. We we keep following that protocol. We keep learning as we make just our first road trip now, and but at the same time, we keep preparing to play the game.
Thanks.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Hey, Luis. Just curious if Jed Lowry had gotten his second opinion yet, and if so, what the opinion was.
Well, we still with the first check that he had with Dr. Alchek, and still we're trying to trigger that source of his discomfort and pain. I mean, that's where we stand still. So second opinion, as far as I don't know the timeline, the date. So I'll reassess when I hear from that second opinion when he got it.
But the plan is still for him to get a second opinion. Is that correct?
Yes, but
Okay.
The timeline of that, I can reassess to you. I can let you know, Tim, and
Okay.
I just haven't got it yet.
Thank you.
Sure.
Next question is from Justin Toscano.
Hey, Louis, who's going to start for you guys tomorrow?
Still TBD. I mean, there's a game yesterday, and we used long Oswald, and then semi-long Seawold, and back-to-back for Strick. We got to see how the game goes today, and then that could lead to our decision to who's gonna get the ball tomorrow.
Do you guys are you able to say who you're maybe considering as you go through those conversations?
I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait, see the game just in today, and then how it goes, what we have to do. So many things happen in the games. Everything we have planned out for yesterday's game, obviously. We have to, move quick and get our long guys in, and then, like I said, we're going on today, and then whatever we get out today, we'll dictate for that starter.
Thank you.
Sure, Justin.
Next question comes from Mike Puma.
Hey, Louis, the whole lineup seems kind of frustrated right now, but Alonso in particular just looks like he's really feeling for it. What are you seeing with him?
With him, he's chasing, Mike. He's I seen his front foot just landing a little, a tap late, sometimes overstriding. That leads to getting beat by the fastball. I mean, you overstride, you create more velocity on the fastball, and that he's been doing that. What I do like is his attitude towards it. So he's able to maintain his attitude. He's within himself, and he wants to see what he's doing. He wants to start feeling it. So we'll see how he goes today. When somebody is under control with his emotions and he's able to Here his coaches are on him. He can make quick adjustments. So, that's what we're expecting right now from Pete.
And just, I mean, this is a solid lineup, top to bottom. Are you just surprised how much it struggled in that Braves series?
Sorry, I'm sorry, Mike. I missed the first.
I'm just saying, it's a solid lineup, top to bottom. It seemed, but are you surprised at the manner in which it struggled against the Braves?
Well, not really. I know I know this team can hit. It's just such a small sample. I know, the short season and different things. You can start thinking, well, it's a short season, but it's just a still small sample. In baseball, I know that teams can go through this. We've had guys that started clicking, like Conforto, like Nims. Rosario didn't get a hit yesterday, but we like where he is. Guys are going to start. They're going to start, heating up, and that lineup should get connected. I mean, you guys seen it before, and it's looking forward. Knock on wood, we start hitting tonight.
Next question comes from Tim Britton.
Hey, Louis, you guys have obviously been pretty strict with your protocols, but, moments like Friday when Cespedes hits that home run and everyone kind of mobs him in the dugout, do you remind guys that, like, are you okay with that kind of thing happening, or do you have to remind guys that even in an emotional excitement state like that, you have to still try to adhere to the protocols as much as possible?
Yes, we have constant talks about, staying strict with the protocol and being consistent with it. And, I feel that we've done a good job. We did a great job in camp. And this weekend, as the season started and the emotions were flying, and we had some fist pumps, high fives, all that. And we reinforce about hand sanitizing, still keeping the distance and doing everything that we can do. And also outside the facility, just the behavior as well, just being solid, knowing that we have to be healthy. That's our number one priority. So we keep reminding each other. We keep following the MLB protocol. We keep following our protocol, at our home base, at our bubble. Now going on the road, we want to keep on doing it. This is our first taste of a road trip, with this, in this time. So by the way, we came here on buses, and I think we're going to reinforce that. Majority of our trips, or the ones that we can do, actually are going to be on buses. So we rolled in some, like 6 buses, and try to minimize as many people as we could. We reinforce the distancing, and now being in the in the hotel as well, with taking measures so everyone is it's just being consistent with the protocol. So we're going to keep learning of it, but the main thing is just to stay consistent.
And then, do you have 3 guys on your taxi squad yet?
We have 2 guys in our taxi squad.
Can I ask who they are?
Sure. It's Daniel Zamora and David Peters.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Next question comes from Marley Rivera.
Hola Luis, disculpa que te haga, ¿verdad?, la misma pregunta que te hicieron al principio, pero en español. Luis, ¿cómo estás haciendo en este momento para quizás los peloteros tuyos que estén preocupados por lo que sucedió en los Marlins, para tranquilizarlos y si debemos tener una temporada o no bajo todo esto que está sucediendo?
Sí, Marley, bueno, primero que todo, eso nos lleva bien atrás antes del día de hoy. Sabemos que son noticias lo que está pasando con algunos de los equipos, ahora mismo con 2 de los partidos de esta noche. Pero esto es algo que nosotros lo hablamos previamente a venir aquí a esta temporada, al campo de entrenamiento. Nosotros hablamos de que esto es una realidad, era la gran posibilidad de que iba a pasar. El hecho de estar el protocolo que es sólido para nuestro punto de vista de la MLB, el protocolo que nosotros también estamos siguiendo, no quiere decir que no pueda pasar, sino lo que podemos evitar más que todo, como un sistema de defensa prácticamente. Así que mientras estamos aprendiendo más del comportamiento de este virus allá afuera y de cuáles son las nuevas normas, nosotros estamos mejorando. Pero en cuanto a la preocupación de los muchachos ahora mismo, es reforzar esas conversaciones que hemos tenido antes, seguir hablando de que mientras más disciplinados somos con ese protocolo que yo acabo de mencionar, más chance tenemos de estar en salud, que es la prioridad de todos nosotros, viniendo a la temporada y viniendo aquí al campo de entrenamiento primeramente. Luego que nosotros controlamos eso, entonces nos podemos enfocar en lo que son nuestros partidos, como el partido de contra Boston, que ya tuvimos reuniones estratégicas para el juego y todas esas cosas. Pero esas conversaciones empezaron hace tiempo anticipando de que algo así podría pasar.
Gracias, Luis. Thank you.
Como normal.
Next question comes from Tony DeComo.
Hey, Louis. A couple quick lineup questions. Cespedes, just a matter of getting him off his feet after playing for 3 days.
Yeah, that's what, you know, first 3 and then, you know, bus ride here. You know, I think you know, it's a good thing. As you guys know, it's the first time he plays 3 in a row, even from the DH spot. You know, and then the bus trip to here. But you know, he's available off the bench.
Any consideration to playing a Dom at first base and DH as opposed to the other way around? Yes.
Dom, whether left, first, you know, there's always that consideration, you know, to have him in there. I mean, I'm glad he's able to start his first game of the season. He had a really good camp. You know, just looking forward to see his that hut bat from camp. You know, just right away be present.
And last one from me, with Peterson on the taxi squad, what did you like about him, both in spring training, the first one, and also what you saw in summer camp?
His demeanor, this kid, just you know, great demeanor. He presents as that, you know, that guy that wants to compete, that wants to get you out. That he's always searching, he's always asking questions. I like his pitchability, you know, as far as like repertoire and also controlling running game, fielding his position. There's just a good package there. So, you know, just, you know, great guy to have in the pool, great guy to have in the taxi squad for any, you know, any strategy or any reason that he may come in for.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Mike Vaccaro.
Hey, Louis, I'm curious, have you got a sense yet from your players, either on the bus ride this night or today, around the hotel or at the ballpark, how they are reacting to the news of the Marlins?
I talked to a few. They're aware of what's happening, but I've had previous talks with everyone here. I mean, before coming to camp, you know, while being in camp, about the reality of something like this happening, and that's why the protocol that MLB, you know, put out there that we are following, you know, since our camp, and now entering the season, and now being on the road for the first time, like you're mentioning, the bus ride into the hotel for the first time in the season. You know, we knew that following that will be, you know, we feel pretty strongly that we're gonna be safe, which is a priority for everyone, you know, coming the season. So it's you know, their concern is, you know, it should be same as mine. You know, we're definitely all concerned. There's a lot of things happening in the world right now, but at the same time, you know, we feel optimistic about the protocol that MLB put out there, and then, you know, we all prepare before coming to camp, and we keep learning each day.
Thank you.
Next question comes from Disha Thozar.
Hey, Louis. I'm just wondering, what are some of the immediate differences that you've seen at Fenway, whether that's what the clubhouse regulations are like, what the players are doing, what maybe the dugout looks like, just things like that.
So it's my first time here, Disha, but I already got descriptions from you know, the clubhouse manager here, our clubhouse manager, and you know, members of our coaching staff, just how they expanded some things here. The players are now spread out where it was a concourse. You know, I think fans used to be in that area, and the coaching staff is where the actual players' clubhouse is. And some of the coaches are actually in another room. So they did a good job here spreading out everybody to fulfill protocol. You know, but we were wondering before coming here, and I always heard it how tight it was going to be. But you know, it seems for everyone just telling me how it was and how it is now. They did an unbelievable job here.
How much of those differences, just from the way that you guys operate at Citi Field, is more of a learning curve and more of a challenge as you adapt to different ballparks?
Yes, it is. I mean, we've right away from last night to here, we've seen the new things. And in the hotel, I think we're staying in a in 2 levels where the whole team is only, so the traffic is just us. It's like our bubble. And then we get on the bus, we come here, and we say the bus, but we have like 6 buses. And last night we were like 10 people a bus to come here and make sure that we maintain distancing while in the bus, wearing our mask. So we are strict. I mean, we're still gonna call each other out, that we need to be strict, we need to be consistent. And we keep on learning as we go to each field, and we learn our ways in and our ways around. We're gonna keep on learning, to make sure that we're following the protocol that MLB threw out there.
And just last one from me. In light of the Marlins situation, do you maybe tell your players that they should start wearing their masks more often, potentially maybe even when they're on the field or when they're physically playing the game?
Well, we've been very good following that protocol MLB has given us, and the one that we also reinforce. And whether they wear their mask out there on the field, it's obviously their option. It's nothing that we're gonna ask them to do mandatory. They are wearing the mask, but they need to wear them according to the protocol. They've been really good about that, and the distancing has been key. We have been doing the fist pump and the high fives in the dugout, but they're able to do the hand sanitizers as we have them in different locations in the dugout back home. I mean, it's something that we're going to see here. But as far as like masks, we're getting more strict about it. I mean, it's nothing that we talked about ever since we found out about the news. I mean, we've been doing a good job, I feel. And, our message as a team, I know, is going to still be that we need to be consistent with what we've been doing. Sure.
Next question comes from Tim Healy.
Hey, Luis. Also to round back to the Marlins thing, they, right before the season started, played the Braves in Atlanta a couple times. And of course, the Braves played you guys for the weekend. Any concern there that there could have been exposure via that path?
I mean, our concern is with the news this morning. I mean, that you just play the Braves, and there's nothing that we can think of that's following us right now. I mean, it's obviously we're concerned that something like this can happen, and but at the same time, we're optimistic that the protocol is there to contain something like this. So it's just playing the Braves. It's I don't think there's anything that really is hunting us. That what may happen. It's we feel pretty good about coming from home playing them.
Got it. Thank you.
Next question is from Mike Puma. Mike Puma, your line is open. Next question comes from Tim Britton.
Hey, Louis, just wondering, with the Red Sox using what I think is an opener tonight, how did that influence how you put your lineup together?
Well, I mean, we do our homework with the same way we do it, with a starter. And you look at his repertoire, we look at past history, we look at outing that he's had recently. So we also look at who the long guys are that they have, who's being used lately, and stuff like that. And we anticipate what a plan may be there, and then how the guys should approach it. So we already had a few meetings as far as for the hitters, advancing and different things like that. So our lineup is very set, and I think everyone is right now pretty much ready as far as putting a plan together and how their pitchers are and what the repertoire is.
Thank you.
Sure, Tim.
Thank you very much for your time this afternoon, Luis.
Sure, Ethan. See you guys.